Welcome to Michael Potts F1, everything Formula One, but from a photographer's point of view. Mercedes have gone back to black with their 2023 car launch. You've heard that black is slimming, and that is completely true in Formula One. Mercedes have revealed a completely naked black carbon fibre car with just a few strategic sponsor stickers in the right places. The car looks absolutely stunning. Like Ferrari, they've launched their car at their factory in Bracknell, and they've showed us quite a lot of what the real car will look like. Thankfully, they've stuck with their zero side pods design philosophy, which means we'll have at least 3 different concepts on the grid, and we've still got Alpine to launch tomorrow. The team did say that although the 2022 car did have a very difficult start, it would be foolish to give up that whole design philosophy, all that research that had gone into understanding the car, to follow another team's philosophy. Because in that situation, you're always playing catch up. You're always behind their development curve. This is quite an exciting, quite a radical design. It's not every day that you see a Formula One car without any paint on it whatsoever. But it's not that unusual for Mercedes. Back in 1934, they arrived at the Eifelrennen event in Nürburgring with these beautiful white cars. Unfortunately, they were 1 kilogram over the 750 kilogram weight limit. The decision was made to scrape off the white lead paint, and that brought them under the weight limit. Manfred from Brauschitz duly went on to win the race for Mercedes, and a legend was born. Fast forward 89 years, and the team is once again stripping off the paint, this time to reveal black carbon fibre as opposed to silver aluminium. Mercedes first raced with a black car in 2020 to make a stand against racism and discrimination. It was at a time when there were a lot of global protests happening in the support of the Black Lives Matter movement. At the time, team principal Toto Wolff said racism and discrimination has no place in our society, in our sport, or in our team. This is a core belief of Mercedes. But having the right beliefs and the right mindset isn't enough if we remain silent. We wish to use our voice and our global platform to speak up for respect and equality. Returning to this black livery is a timely reminder that respect and equality are values that need to be fought for on a daily basis. It's also a little bit of a cheeky shot across Formula One, because at the end of last year, they came out and said no driver is allowed to make any political statement. And in doing this, Mercedes have literally gone, hold my beer. The black Mercedes of 2020 was probably Mercedes' most successful car, and returning to that livery will hopefully inspire them to bring back those glory days. It really looks good in black. I've always thought the silver they used was a bit dull, and I much prefer the shiny one that McLaren used, and I would have loved to have seen Mercedes use something similar. The engine cover is covered with stars, and this looks a lot better than the AMG logo that they ran at one stage. There's still one red star next to the driver in memory of Niki Lauda. The red on the roll hoop is a lot smaller than it was last year, and it works well as an accent colour. The red was introduced a few years ago when Ineos became a sponsor. Lewis appears to be using the same bright yellow, the kind of Valentino Rossi colour that he used last year for his numbering, as well as his camera block, while George will be racing with a black camera block, but his colour seems to be bright green, and that'll help distinguish him from Lewis when you're watching on TV. At the launch, we also saw new reserve driver Mick Schumacher, formerly of Haas. It's really great to have the Schumacher name back at the Silver Arrows. His father, Michael, raced for the team for 3 years between 2010 and 2012. And although being seen as a Ferrari legend, Michael actually started his junior career at Mercedes. Mick replaces AlphaTauri-bound Nick de Vries, and will be hoping that his time at Silver Arrows will also result in a return to the grid. This is an evolution from last year's car, and Mercedes were probably the most improved team over the course of last year, considering how badly things started. And they ended up being the only other team other than Red Bull to win a race in the second half of the year. The rule changes for this year regarding the ride height will probably favour Mercedes more than other teams because they struggled with porpoising more than the others. And like Ferrari, they've also managed to gain a little bit in engine reliability upgrades, not as much as Ferrari reportedly, but it's still going to help them. They've produced an absolutely stunning car. Now let's see if they can challenge Ferrari and Red Bull. Thank you for watching my review of the Mercedes livery reveal. What do you think of the car? I think it might be my favourite. Please do let me know in the comments below, and if you've liked this, please do like and subscribe. It really helps me grow the channel. Please come back to see our final livery launch, which will be Alpine. Until then, goodbye.